That's the good news of it all. And that flows us into our second story of the day. We need a little bit of uppers here, folks, because last night, quite frankly, was a little bit of a downer. Florida Governor Ron DeSantis responded powerfully to his blowout victory on Tuesday night. I mean, blowout's not even a good term. I mean, he just obliterated this guy. Night's midterm election, declaring that Florida is where wokeness goes to die. But everywhere else around the country, just people love it, clearly. People love the wokeness. They love trans and kids. They love removing the breasts, the genitals, castrating children, all for it. They're all for abortion. They're all for crime. They're all for homelessness. They're all for sanctuary cities. They're all for invasion of illegal immigrants into those inner cities where they're getting recreational centers of plasma TVs, Xboxes, 3 meals a day, revolving menu, laundry services. No, they're all for that stuff. That's what they're for, you guys. Well, the remarks from DeSantis, who is widely considered a top 2024 presidential contender, comes after he easily won re-election with a 19-point victory over Democrat challenger. That is remarkable compared to where he was just at in 2018. DeSantis was up by more than 1.5 million votes, with 90% of the votes counted. This is a historic gain over his roughly 30,000 vote win against Democrat Andrew Gillum in 2018. I mean, you are talking a massive flip in terms of voting going out for DeSantis, which is awesome. And, you know, partially it has to do with the culture that DeSantis has created. You have other Republicans flocking from places like California and Texas into Florida. To give you perspective, California Republicans are more Republican than the actual Republicans that grew up in Texas. Hardcore Republicans. I'm a Republican. So where we're going, we're fleeing this city and we're going all to Florida and Tennessee. DeSantis' victory in the state was so dominant that he was up by double digits in 60 of Florida's 67 counties. There was a news station that literally went to, I think, like 3 counties and could not find a single person that voted for Ron DeSantis' challenger. Like they put in a valiant effort and couldn't find it. Quote, "We have embraced freedom," DeSantis declared to a massive crowd. "We have maintained law and order. We have protected the rights of parents. We have respected our taxpayers, and we reject woke ideology." God, if you want freedom, folks, go to Florida. If you're in California, hell, if you're anywhere here, that's blue. If you're anywhere here, that's blue. Like California, Pennsylvania. I mean, look at him. Douglas Master just completely shellacked. I mean, granted, 85%, roughly 82% voting's in, but it still ain't looking good. Not the red wave like I keep mentioning that we're expecting. I mean, Gretchen Whitmer. Are you kidding me? Gretchen Whitmer. It's just, last night was not a good night, folks. It was. Don't get me going. I'm trying to keep it calm for you. It's a morning time. This isn't the news you want to wake up to hear, folks, from all this. But like I said, it was not the tsunami we were expecting. It makes you wonder, how bad do things have to be? How bad do the Democrat Party have to just run this country into the ground for people to vote red? That's my question. We fight the woke in the legislature. We fight the woke in the schools. We fight the woke in the corporations. We will never, ever surrender to the woke mob. Florida is where woke goes to die. Damn right, Ron. Damn right. At least we have somebody that's sane here in politics in America somewhat. Now, while our country flounders due to failed leadership in Washington, Florida is on the right track. I believe the survival of the American experiment requires a revival of true American principles. Florida has proved that it can be done. We offer a ray of hope that better days still lie ahead. I am proud of our achievements in this state. I'm honored by your support, and I look forward to the road ahead. Phenomenal speech. Crushed the guy because of what's going on in Florida, and that's what Americans want. It's not just Americans. It's Cubans, Venezuelans, Latinos. And you see that same kind of Latino vote also being shown in Texas as well. So it's not just like an outlier for Florida. We're seeing that flow into other states as well in terms of their voting. And we have an increase in the Latino vote as well as the black vote. So we are gaining ground here. It's not all negative. It just wasn't what we expected. And when you set your expectations so high, like we all did, you kind of are then thrown, really low. Big tree fall hard. And we talked about this on the Bald Brad show where we said, hey, originally the poll said huge red tsunami many, many months ago. We talked about this the other week. And then the poll said, hey, honestly, it's not going to be as big as a red wave of what we were expecting. And that's kind of what we're seeing now is more of that middle poll. And then just a couple weeks ago, about a week and a half or 2 weeks ago, we're seeing massive red tsunami again. Polls are just almost exaggerated this red wave. So it's more like what we would have saw a few months ago, where we'll gain a couple seats in the House. We might get the Senate back. That's more inclined what we're seeing now in this morning. But hey, you got Ron DeSantis, who deserves a huge win. It shows you how red Florida is. Hell, folks, get out of those states that are blue and go to Florida. It's like the last place of freedom. I hope you enjoyed that clip from the Bald Brad Show. If you did, make sure to hit that subscribe button so you can stay up to date on all our future content.